You know how many crypto rug pullers Floyd's done? Is definitely Floyd.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt because of Casamigos. It is Brad Pitt.
Floyd.
The fuck's a Casamigo?
Have more than
Tequila Brand he made with George Clooney. They sold it for like 1.5 billion.
Ain't no way.
How much? I think he only probably
1.5 billion.
Angelina Jolie.
No, he divorced.
It's Brad Pitt. I'm telling you.
Then definitely Floyd because she would have taken half his shit.
Brad Pitt's also canceled.
I didn't know that.
I don't know why Bruce didn't check that. Bruce.
I can't believe you did.
I only have to filter it to high command.
Good thing I didn't put my first one up here, right, Dakota?
Brad Pitt's cancelled?
What did you say?
I said, good thing I didn't put the first one I got up here.
Just when?
Someone would have attempted to light you on fire, so yes.
All right, guys, I fucked this one up. But the answer is they're both the same. They both are worth $400 million.
What?
What is higher or lower? How is that a thing?
Oh no, but look, see, it's 400.
It's undeserved to leave.
The next one is going to be Brad Pitt versus Steve Aoki.
Brad Pitt.
In musician.
Steve Aoki's dad owns Benihana.
I don't know who that person is on.
It's Brad Pitt. I mean,
I'm not going.
I think it's still Brad Pitt though.
Steve, but it is in fact Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Steve Aoki's worth 120.
Oh.
The last one, and I don't know who the hell this.
How much is Steve worth?
Steve's worth 120 million.
Oh, really? Oh.
The last one is going to be Slim Shady versus John McEnroe. I don't know who the hell.
McEnroe.
What the hell?
Tennis players get paid a lot. How'd I have to say John McEnroe?
Is this before or after Eminem struggles?
This is Eminem like
current.
right now.
Oh, so this is both of them right
Eminem
now, right?
without a doubt.
I think it has
It's not like he played basketball or football. He's like
crazy like clothing
investment.
Oh.
You guys all right. I thought it was this guy because he looks.
You suck at this game, Romello.
The San I should really tweet out saying the San Andreas State Marshal we are hiring.
Well, that's why it's fun. I don't want to keep like making. Question. Do you guys want me to like do it seriously and like see like if we can get a high score, or do you guys just want me to do random people? Because I get it wrong on purpose, so we can do 2 random people.
You don't
get it wrong on purpose.
I swear.
Yeah, you cannot get it wrong on purpose. No, relax.
Word to my dad, I get it wrong on purpose.
No.
You just said you thought it was the other people.
Well, that's the add fucking whatchamacallit, the add fucking like substance to the bit.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, can I get consecutive answers? Do you guys want like to try to get a high score on this shit, or you want me to just do 2 random people every time?
High score.
2 random.
You got 1 high score, 1 random. Someone else.
High score. I think we do this shit live.
All right, we're doing high score next time, guys. High score tomorrow.
Okay. Real quick, I got a quick one. Completely unrelated. What do you guys think Celine Dion's net worth is?
A lot.
Probably like 700, 800
call her already.
Her net worth is $800 million. What did Celine Dion do?
Hello, Richard Dog speaking.
Hello. What is a state marshal?
I need to open the line up for potential applicants, so but we are law enforcement, so we investigate corruption.
Investigate corruption.
What is this?
What's your opinion on drinking and driving?
So I got another call coming. I'll call you back. Yeah, check. Hello, Richard Dog speaking.
Hey, Richard, how you doing, boss man?
You're not too bad, Sean. Not too bad.
I'm just seeing that you guys are hiring.
That's true, yeah.
I did talk to Kane about this ages ago.
Okay.
I asked if you can put like me forward if I get, or inform me if like if you guys are ever hiring. I don't know if he's ever contacted you about it or not.
So you're interested in being a marshal?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get your contact details, okay, and then we'll add you to the list and we'll put you up to schedule an interview, okay, Sean? Now.
That sounds fantastic, man.
All right, let's do this. Okie dokie. What is your state ID?
Yeah, state ID is 17405.
All right, and what's your phone number? I mean, you're calling me on it, but what can you just read it out to me?
It's 420.
Yeah.
049
Yeah.
3597.
All right, perfect. All right, Sean. What we'll do is we'll got you on the list. We'll give you a call back once we get an opening for an interview. Okay.
Perfect, mate. Sounds
All
fantastic.
right. Thank you, Sean. All right. Ta-ta, mate.
Cheers, boss.
Yes.
You too. Bye-bye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
It's Dark. He's interim director.
Who's that?
It's Opal.
Okay.
We recently floated up the chain another follow-up on the position, and ideally we are hoping to hear back soon on a more
I did do
permanent
Marshall's wrong.
but listen, it's gonna get competitive, right? I mean, with all these changes going on recently, you know, we can't bring everybody, right? But I know you and I have been talking for a while, and you know we've.
Yeah, Flores.
You okay? Yeah, you can patrol, but it's
City. It was like a fucking
Cloverfield.
Clover.
It is Cloverfield. Yes.
I like
that's
this
a
one.
throwback. That movie's old as shit.
It's old as fuck.
You had many phone calls, Doc.
I was scared as fuck.
Yeah, got a few.
My mom didn't let me watch that growing up, but I watched it anyway.
Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers.
It is Band
shit.
of Brothers. I cried at this TV show.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, it's just good.
Was really sad.
Is it Band of Brothers or Saving Private Ryan? What's better,
No,
guys?
that's Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers.
John Wick. John Wick.
I know what this one
Boardwalk,
is.
Boardwalk City or whatever.
John Wick
Wrong,
4.
John Wick 4.
No, it is
John Wick
John
3. John Wick 3.
It is.
It is
That's
John
a
Wick.
dumbass that gets
Which one,
killed
3 or
at the
4?
end.
It's
definitely 4.
It's 4.
We should
Mr.
for
Skarsgård. This is probably, like I've said it before, I'm old and brown, but this man could devour me. That's actually, unless you want to go to the roasting section of my bit, I'm gonna start a roasting section where I put someone's picture up on the board and you have to roast them. Oh my god.
Can I roast for Mello?
That's messed. That's
Well, it's
messed up.
toxic, but you have to put incorrect answers only. So let's say, for example, if it was Ventura, you can't say Ventura. You have to say a different name.
Oh, like Ventura's a captain. He's not though, right? Like
Who asked you?
well, I was just going with the bit. I was going with the
Do you
bit.
want? Let's not do the roast part. Not for a the little roast bit. part? Okay. No.
Oh.
All right then. Well, that's it for me. That's Deputy Betty Brisket. Thank you for my betes. I'll have some more if you have time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Betty.
I got my bet. Guys. You got to guess where in the world the food is from. Oh Lord, here we go.
Riker can't play.
from this one, Viv?
Hey, Rocky, you're banned.
Riker, you are banned from playing, okay?
Okay.
Where in the world is this from? Let me go through the ingredients real quick. It's bacon, eggs, cheese, pepper, salt, chives are optional, bell
America.
peppers optional, and hot sauce optional. This looks amazing. Ooh.
Is that a bacon
So
cone?
this dish involves weaving bacon strips into a cone shape and baking until crispy. Once formed, the bacon
Just
cone is
random
filled with
BC, so,
scrambled
yeah.
eggs, cheese, hash browns, and optionally sausage or vegetables.
Most
It's
American
typically
thing I've ever
served hot
seen.
as a hearty, savory breakfast option.
You eat this every day, huh,
Yeah,
Gunnar?
it's
The
100%
US? Okay,
Of
one
course,
sec.
yep. Delicious.
I want that right now. Feed it to me.
And making an ice cream cone with
It's
a
the
biscuit.
US. It's the US. Okay,
Yeah,
good
but
shit,
only
guys.
could've
It's
guessed?
called a
Do some shit like
bacon.
that.
Bacon.
Bacon.
Your stomach rumbling there, Quang?
Do you want another one?
What did you say, deputy?
Wait, there's so many more BCSO today than LSPD.
Alright, got the next one.
That's like fair food. That's what reminds me of.
I want it right now. I'll tell you that. Feed it to me.
Seasons change when I'm back on.
All right. This is garlic, olive oil, vinegar, bread, salt, and pepper. That sounds
Poland.
That's Italy. Look at the bag. It says Nostro. That's it. That's Italian.
This dish is a savory sauce featuring garlic as its star ingredient.
Let's take another call.
So it's the sauce, guys. Where in the world is it from?
Italy.
I think we got super easy ones today.
Hello?
Alright, I'm here.
Not you again. What do you want?
Italy. It is.
I'm here for the job.
You're not here for no job.
I'm here for the job. I'm at the door. I'm ready.
What door?
I'm at this is the state marshal's office, right?
You didn't even know what state marshal was 5 minutes ago. Have you found the door?
I'm at the door.
What's your name?
My name is Timo.
Timo, you are a spokesperson for alcoholism. I don't think you're going to be a good fit per our background
God
check.
damn it. I need a job. I swear to God.
I'm
this
not
is
giving
what
you a
I
job
am
just to
thinking.
support your alcoholism, man.
Listen. You can't judge a book by its cover.
You're a spokesperson for a disease.
How do you know? Listen, you have to understand, to be a spokesperson for something like alcoholism, you have to really understand it to its core, right? People blame alcoholism for everything, but the truth is, it's not the booze that does the crime, it's the people that do the crime, right? Blame the people, not the booze, right?
Oh my god. Listen, so I don't support you being emotional, okay? I look forward to your adventures in getting
I
a
need
job.
a goddamn job.
And there's no job for you here. Please do not call this number again.
Southeast of India.
Okay, Peter's on the phone. What did Opal say, Flores?
She had some questions. She was like,
No.
Well, can I patrol? And I was like, yes. Like, you know, when you're focusing on a specific gang or, you know, a specific investigation, patrol is absolutely part of it. And as you know, we respond to major 77 and 78 calls.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Dark is actually working through ways to kind of codify and expand patrol capabilities of the marshals.
Yeah. What's she saying?
And then she said, well, like, why would I join then? And I was like, well, you get access to all the tools in the shed. You get all the fleet of cars. You don't have to answer to as many people, because I know she'd like that. And she was like, well, I'm still TRT, so getting the heavy rifle wouldn't change. I was like, no, but, you know, when that manor raid happened, you did express some concerns to me and Gunnar about how TRT operates and whatnot. And she's like, well, yeah, it's my unit. But then she asked, like, wait, what did I say? And I was like, well, you were kind of inebriated, so there's a chance you don't remember. But she did, between you and me, she did come down to the marshal's office and kind of air out some tea about how, like, the raid was a shit show. And no one was listening to her.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
My
Even though it's her
God.
unit.
Wait, she's the lead?
Yeah, she's TRT lead. She said, on the phone, she said verbatim, it's my unit.
Damn.
But there were apparently talks about, from, like, I think it was Turner, about, like, swapping her out for someone after that manor raid happened, so.
Oh, really? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Listen, the PD's a fucking shit show, man. Like, they put Peters as the undersheriff?
They say 2 weeks. I'm going to see if they actually abide by that, but.
It's like logically, if you're
It's crazy. My thought was, like, if he's an LSPD transfer, right, and he's getting used to BCSO and how to run BCSO,
then why not have a BCSO?
I was gonna say, why not bring in someone that has BCSO experience?
Hold on, we need to listen to that.
How dare? Oh, did you see the 12?
Keep your hands
Hey,
up,
Betty.
my county.
Which one?
All right,
yeah. 5 stars.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
Just wanted out again. I was gonna make a report
Good for
about it. but he was
speaking up,
already here, so-
OB.
What did Obi say?
I don't know, but I heard him screaming and then he got dragged out of the room, so I just said.
Oh, he said he was on about the difference between a deep sea diver and Quangle, and apparently there isn't one because Quangle's a flopper.
Damn.
But I already
okay.
left because, you know, it's just Obadiah being Obadiah.
Hey, I mean, yeah, he's quite the handful, huh?
The state marshals are hiring?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, really?
State marshals are indeed hiring.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the qualifications?
What do you mean?
What's the qualifications to be hired?
You have some law enforcement experience. I mean, there's some more
A
things in there,
deputy?
but then you've got experience, I guess. Yeah.
I'll see how this 2 weeks go, and if it goes like shit, can I hire? Can I apply?
I mean, anybody can apply, you know.
Yes, absolutely. I've worked with Betty before. She's great.
I need to start thinking about my grandbabies because I tell you what, I don't know if I can feed them
Hey,
anymore.
Deputy Ventura, can I speak to you?
I just gotta deal with this a little bit.
Had to make Bruce Bailiff
Betty helped me
retired
out a
the
lot
day.
with a shit show we had the other night.
Well, make
Oh,
sure you
idea.
help out our grandbaby soon, Flores.
Of course, of course, of
I know
course.
you guys do a lot of investigation stuff, but maybe if it was for me to come there, I could be like the front face of it kind of situation that interacts with the people on the streets and stuff.
I mean, we can talk about it if you end up applying, Betty.
Yeah, I'll give it a couple of weeks to see how this goes, and if it turns into a shit show, I'll let you know.
Oh, sounds good then.
Wonderful.
I don't want to be known as a flopper. That's my.
No,
fault,
no,
but,
of
you know,
course
fuck
not,
them.
of course
If
not.
I'm a flopper, I'll flop. I'm gonna knock him out of it.
Hello, Junior.
How's it going, Doc? How are we?
Good. Is Mr. Rizal around?
I haven't called him yet, I'll be honest, but
Thank
do
you.
you his number?
No problem.
I might do. Hold on.
Put one strap on.
If not, I can slide
I
it
don't.
away.
I think someone sent it to me, but I haven't put it in my phone. I've got it somewhere. I think that.
There you go, my friend.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go to my cabinet meeting, but after that, my day's relatively free.
Hey, Bruce.
Okay?
All right, sounds good, mate.
Come here.
Yo, Denzel, we're gonna have a cabinet meeting. Pretty sure of it.
At least it's good for give someone else a chance to be command now.
I mean, our investigations are a lot more
You coming on duty, Dakota? You
I might in a little bit. I got some stuff I gotta take care of at the house.
All right, I love you.
Love you too.
A dark.
Hey.
I counted during the meeting.
Good on you, bro.
I've been on 17 high commands, so.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I think you want.
Here, can you take it?
Don't take that, man. Don't take that.
But don't
It's
ask,
bad for your
like,
skin.
5 days ago, Frost wasn't calling me a blame card.
Damn.
Fire starters call me. I'm trying to make some money.
Who was that?
What a stupid mother.
Oh my god.
I'm charging that guy with accomplice if we charge these people with whatever.
Yeah. Donkey. All right, I'll see you back at the office. Who's that?
That deputy hiding behind that car right there, man.
Well, that was interesting. Very interesting. Oh, Mr. Rizal, there we go. Oh, he's on the phone.
75.
I need to call somebody. My season changed when I'm acting the strong well. Do 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 do. BCSO, man. Yeah, they kind of get shafted, huh?
Grayson.
Hello, you're on. It's Richard.
What's up, Richard?
I'm calling about just to do a quick inquiry about the legislation that Michael posted. It's the one that includes like the elections and everything like that. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I saw that one. I think it
was that signed off by you guys at all. Not the contest, the contest, fucking hell, not the constitutional side of things, but like, were you aware that that was being written up and drafted?
I'm aware it's been written up, but like, to be fair, it's not really on us to write that. We're just there for the constitutionality check, you know. If the two county mayors want to write that, they're perfectly within their power to do so.
Yeah. Is there any kind of issues? Because I know part of that includes changing the electoral process, which I know you guys have legislation for already, and I think it even includes like replacing their legislation. Is there any issues with that?
I mean, so the major what that does basically, it's 90% of what it's doing is just it's converging 3 different pieces of legislation into one piece, right? So it's like making it easier for everybody to find. Most of the content's the same, and even our role is more as the mechanism to perform the elections rather than to decide what the elections should be. You know?
Okay. So basically, from your side of things, there's no like issues with your legislation or anything.
I mean, like we'll dig through it like in depth internally together, right?
Yeah.
But like the main thing is, as long as it's, you know, the content is pretty much the same as what's in the other one. The language is being changed a little bit. I won't disagree with that, right?
Yeah.
It's been simplified, I think. It's like it's very basic plain English now, right?
It is very, very readable. I think I have my own like issues with it. I'm going to talk to the mayors about today. I was just wondering, like from your side of things, because I know there's part of that states that the DOJ can't like do certain things when it comes to elections, but then in the Constitution you're given the power to kind of, you know, hold elections and do that process. So it seems contradictory to me.
The Constitution's like, it's about interpretation, I guess, right? Because it's the mechanism of terminology.
Yeah.
Well, let me just look at the exact wording, because I think it's mechanism of. I think that's it, off the top of my head.
Oh, I see. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah.
The DOJ shall be the mechanism through which public ballot measures, votes, elections, referendums, and any of the ballots published by shall be administered to the general public. Then we're responsible for verifying the results of elections and to appoint the officials to their office.
I
like
see.
that's what
Okay.
so it doesn't say that we set the conditions of. And I think, you know, previously when the governor's been around, he's kind of indicated that, you know, that's the gift of the mayors to establish. I'll be straight up with you, Doc, right? When every mayor that's come in, I've approached and asked personally if they'd write succession legislation, because every time it's happened, it's fallen on you know, when somebody gets fired, you know, because they've got felonies, or when if somebody died, or like with Mumbles, they just quit. Every time the DOJ's dealt with it in a different way, and it drives me nuts. I wish there was a legislative process. And my thoughts, and I don't know how you feel about this, but my thoughts were, it would be better coming from a democratically elected person who set about what that should be, you know, as a part of the will of the people, rather than just me deciding, you know, unilaterally, hey, this is on my desk today, I'm now deciding, you know, today we're appointing a deputy mayor, or, you know, it happens again tomorrow and it's like, okay, we're running another election, or it happens the next day and it's like, oh, we're just going to appoint the person who came second in the last election the mayor. Every time it's being done differently, and it drives me nuts. I want consistency, so I don't mind the idea of like succession legislation, because at least it like sets about what we all know it is. And if people don't like it, it can be changed later down the line, right? Like that's kind of the point.
I agree. I'm happy that they're trying to push some stuff with the succession stuff, but that is, I'll be honest, one of the things I want to talk about to them, because I do see some issues with that. You
don't like the vote of the cabinet?
No, I feel like it kind of averts the democratic process. And I gave an example to Junior earlier today, but he didn't really want to talk about it much, which was, let's say I want to be the mayor. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm going to get enough votes. So I'm going to have my husband, Rhodes, who I think will get much more votes than me, because he's a much nicer bloke and everybody likes him much more than me. So I'm going to have him run for mayor. He gets all the votes, and then he quits day one and puts me as a cabinet member, and now I'm the mayor, and that's perfectly legal per this legislation.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. I also don't like the idea that, you know, So there were a couple of points I didn't like, and I raised. Like, I thought that, if you're gonna do, if succession was gonna fall under deputy mayor, I kind of feel like you should have to name your deputy mayor while you're running, so the public knows what they're voting for.
That's a good
But
idea.
I don't mind either of those things. Like, yeah, I did raise these things when it was originally raised. I just want it to be something codified and in law, so we all know what the fuck happens. That's my major point right now. It's every time, Doc. Every single time so far, it's been done differently, and I don't like that. I just don't like it because it feels like. Okay, so like when Mumbles quit, we had another interim election, right, where Princess won.
Yeah.
But like before then, like I know previously it's just like, oh, I know internally with us it's been, should it be the person who came second in the election? Should it be the deputy mayor? And it's like every single time it's up in the air, nobody knows what to do, and it's just like a nightmare.
Yeah, I actually really agree with that. Yeah, I think as long as it's codified, but I'm going to bring that up today with the mayor's office. My two issues are the succession and the felons on the cabinets are my issues with both of those.
Yeah, I mean, we've had, just so you know, I've had talks, and I've let them know, like, from my perspective, as long as like everybody understands that while they have keys, their keys are very, very limited, and that they shouldn't be putting out state announcements, and that they don't get access to everything out that the non-felons get. Like, there's got to be restrictions, because otherwise we're just like opening up the books to people who shouldn't have open keys to that stuff.
Just to clarify, because I'm a bit ignorant on this. Those who are on the cabinets, they have keys to the police departments, right?
I don't know about the police department, but I know they get keys to certain parts of like City Hall and stuff. And I'm like, I don't mind them opening up their own office on the top floor, but like they stay the fuck out of the DOJ area. Like they don't have access. Like, no,
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I saw what's Denzel Wallace, I think, is the deputy mayor.
He's the deputy mayor.
I saw him unlock the BCSO.
But that's where the sliders are for the Blaine County Mayor's office, right? Like,
yeah,
because their
right.
office is there. It's like one of these really. I think maybe some people are aware that their keys are limited and they are not, and just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Sure. Yeah. 100%.
Okay. That will obviously require people sitting down and figuring out what those limits of those powers are, though, right?
Yeah. I appreciate you having a chat with me, and I guess I'll let you know.
Anytime, Richard. No problem, dude.
All right, take it easy.
Okay, let me know. Bye.
Bye. Stream Sugar, it did drop a few frames, yeah. Hold up. Yeah, saying that the BCSO needs to patrol Blaine County like consistently is not. It's just not a good opinion. I'll be honest. Sorry, I was reading chat while that conversation was happening. What was I doing? I can't remember. What's going on up here? Yeah, I've dropped about 2,000 frames.
Because she was asking me if she looks like a maniac, or they were asking me if they look like a maniac, and I said yes.
Everything okay?
She looks like an extra from John Wick.
Yes, I agree. But that's it to me.
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna.
Yep, you have a great day.
All right, I'm gonna drive around in my Scout that has over 20k miles.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say $20 million worth of parts. You have a good day.
What's the green? Not sure. I think Grayson did pick up on the point. Like he said, I didn't like that. He specifically says, I don't like that. Oh. Hello?
Hi, Richard. So I'm in a legislative authority meeting right now with the two mayors, and I was expressing that I'd just been talking to you. That he's like, They're like, hey, do you want to come down and talk to us all? We're all here. We're on the top floor. Top floor, the big meeting adjournment.
All right, I'll be there in a sec.
See you there, Richard. Bye.
Bye. Snitch. He's a snitch. Wait, I didn't even read this. Dealing with a legislative matter regarding SASM and DOC? Hello? Huh? Was I gonna be invited, or am I a secondary thought? I guess I'm a secondary thought. Gotta go in cool and collected though, and probably not with my tie hanging around my neck yet. Hello?
Calling to inquire at employment in the San Andreas State Marshals.
You're an idiot. I'm about to go into a meeting with both the mayors and shit.
No. I actually have a question.
What's up?
Do you want a parachute?
You keep dying with the parachute, so I don't know whether that's a good idea for you, man.
Well, I'm getting one for myself. I'm asking if you want one.
How much are they?
So $20,000.
No.
They last about a week.
No, I'm good.
All right. I got the hookup if you want one in the future. Let me know. Bye-bye.
Right, thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, I didn't realize we got the shades on. They don't care whether it affects us, man. That's the thing. People just don't care. Where's the elevator? Down this way. Top floor, brother. Top floor. You know what we need for this? We're about to walk into a meeting with all the fucking big boys in the city and girls. We need Succession music, yeah. Got into the belly of the beast there. Think they're in here? I have keys, but
don't know at the moment.
I can open it.
God, that's
Thank
gonna
you.
be a night back down.
Hello,
yeah,
everybody.
it's a nightmare to deal with.
Hi, Richard.
Anytime we get money,
Hey,
it just
Doc. How's it going?
black
Not
hole.
too bad, not too
gone.
bad.
All right, what's up, Richard?
About what? Just so I know what part of this meeting I guess we're at.
Well, they had mentioned that you had some things that you wanted to discuss regarding some legislation that was posted up. So,
Yeah, I kind of wanted to do it, you know, just as a meeting kind of thing. I didn't think it needed to go any further like that. It's nothing crazy serious. It's just there's a couple of pieces of that bill that I think might need a little tweaking. At least from my point of view, anyway. Let me get it up just so I can quote it properly.
just to be clear, you know, because we've had this misconception before, is this Richard Dark the Marshal that has concerns, or Richard Dark the Citizen?
I mean, I don't get any special privileges as a marshal for contesting anyway. But this is yeah, I am on duty right now. Yeah.
Okay, just appreciate the clarification.
The two parts would be the succession protocol, and then let me get the title for the other section. The mayoral cabinet qualification.
Okay.
So it's up to you.
Protocol.
Succession?
Your concern.
Yes. So on there, I just saw it. I mean, I was speaking to Grayson on the phone. I think it's a great idea just to start off that we need something like this in place, right? We need something to make sure that if, for whatever reason, we don't have a mayor anymore, that there is something in place for there to be a mayor to replace him. That's a really good idea. However, I just think that there could be some abuse of the system that's been presented.
Elaborate. Like,
Okay.
do you mean in regards to let's say a criminal having a clean person run for mayor and then immediately stepping down?
I mean,
Is
yeah,
that kind of where you're
it's a
thinking
good.
it's going?
I mean, the example I gave to Grayson was, let's say I wanted to be the mayor because I'm power hungry, but I know I'm never going to get the votes, so I have my husband run instead because everybody likes him. I think he'll get lots of more votes than I do. And let's say he runs, he wins, he appoints me in his cabinet, and he steps down on day one. Then I get appointed mayor. That to me, like, it subverts the voice of the people. Exactly, the democratic process. Yeah. That's my concern with it mainly, is that I think there is an avenue for abuse there. I'm not saying there's absolutely nothing accusatory in that, and me saying that I think you put that out there on purpose. I think that's just maybe perhaps an oversight that might need a bit of adjusting.
I wouldn't call it an oversight. I would call it a very, very difficult legislative hole to plug.
I mean,
I mean, like, think about it this way, right? There are legitimate reasons why someone could potentially step down on the first day.
Yeah.
And if you just make it duration related, like you cannot step down within 30 days, that would have a negative consequence on legitimate reasons why someone could potentially step down, right?
Sure.
So
yeah.
it's not, I understand the concern, but it's not a black and white matter that can simply be solved by something like a time limit, right?
I mean, the Honourable Grayson had a pretty good idea, if I may say so. He said that when you when you run for election, and Grayson, correct me if I'm saying this wrong, when you post your name on the ballot, you should also post the name of your deputy mayor that you will choose that will replace you if you were to step down or die or something else.
But the deputy, based on the succession legislation, would not be the person that immediately takes that spot. It would be a vote of the appointed cabinet, right?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, is that you could adjust that and say, you know, this is the way the succession would happen.
Then we're changing what's being proposed for succession in the first place, not trying to plug a loophole.
Yeah.
If the entire cabinet was named before election, would that satisfy you, Doc? Because if everybody's aware of what the cabinet's going to be, then the public's voting and giving a mandate for all of those people.
But then that creates a lot of rigidity over a 3-month period where am I going to be able to appoint new members over 3 months? Or if part of my cabinet decides to leave politics, can I just not fill those positions anymore?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
mean,
like doing that, you just have the same. You have the same people for 3 months, no matter what.
And if it's that, right, what would stop me from becoming mayor and then appointing someone new to my cabinet on day one, stepping down and making them mayor?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. It's the same problem that we've got right now. I mean, to play devil's advocate, what's the issue with saying if a mayor is unavailable and they have to resign or they're dead or something like that there's just another election?
Here's the thing, right? This is the beauty of democracy. The people have a voice in politics, and they're given that voice legislatively, and their voice is spoken by the person they elect. In this case, me, right? If they elect me with 278 people, right? 278 votes in favor, and I step down on day one and I appoint someone else to become mayor. Democratically speaking, that is the will of the people. We understand that in this room, right?
But you wouldn't be appointing them because it would be your cabinet appointing them.
In this model, yes. And who appoints the cabinet? The mayor. So what I'm saying is both of these result in the will of the people coming into play. It doesn't matter if I name the deputy before or after. It doesn't matter if the cabinet votes on someone to take my spot, right? Or any mayor's spot for that matter. Based on democratic principles, both of those are the will of the people. I-
Do you think
I'm-
there's?
I'm right.
Do you think there's? I'm not
Go
disagreeing
ahead,
with you. Do you think that it would be more democratic to hold a vote, or do you think it'd be more democratic to allow the cabinet to choose the successor?
Do you mean hold a public vote or hold a cabinet vote?
If, let's say there's no mayor, then the succession would be we hold a brand new vote for, let's say, Los Santos gang.
I think one is no more democratic than the next. Based on democratic principles, what the mayor does when elected is the will of the people. And if what he does is not the will of the people, that's why things like impeachment exist, right?
I would generally always advise caution when trying to legislate against the worst possible scenarios that could possibly occur, right? Like, I think you end up in rabbit holes where suddenly every piece of legislation we write is 5 times longer than it should be.
And the other question that we frequently come back to this, Dark, you have to understand that I've had conversations like this so many times over the last year. And the one thing that people fail to realize is that in many cases, when you bring forward what you've brought forward, right, we already have the tools to deal with something like this should it turn sour, right? Let's say someone does what you say. They run for mayor, they step down and they appoint the person who really wanted to be mayor but didn't think they could win. And that person ends up doing some really, really shitty stuff over the first day or month or week or however long. Do we have the tools to resolve that situation?
Impeachment, general corruption.
Sure.
Or even an ACR into an impeachment.
Or the person comes into power and starts doing some criminal activity. Do we have the tools in the penal code, in legislation to deal with that? We absolutely do.
Injunction frees the mayor's powers. We've already seen that happen in the past month.
We have.
Wait, and my counter to that would be, for example, like what Grayson said, if it's nothing to the extreme where they would be immediately removed, like for example the Princess case where there was an injunction, then the county, I'm not saying this is a wrong decision what the DOJ made, I'm just saying that the county was on pause for a while then.
It was.
All I'm suggesting is let's put something in place so that that doesn't happen in advance, so that we don't get into a situation like that again.
I mean, I'll be honest, right, Doug, because that was me, right? So here's the thing: I took the case, I froze her powers, and I left the docket open. And I stated categorically on the docket, you know, I'm open to further arguments. Nobody brought any further arguments to me. Like, you know, if Mr. Danger, who was a deputy mayor at that time, like challenged for more access to power, more ability to run the county in Princess's absence, if somebody had made a legal argument to me, that docket was open for a reason. It did not happen.
No, again, I didn't. I'm not suggesting you did anything wrong. I think that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying, if we can avoid a situation happening, it's better to do it, you know, in advance. That's my opinion anyway. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the purpose of this legislation, though?
I mean, I'd argue combating this situation would be the purpose of the San Andreas State Marshals in the first place. And,
Right,
at the end of the day, what you're bringing up, Dark, it's not a loophole. That's literally just politics.
No, I'm saying I didn't say it was a loophole. I said it's open to abuse. Yeah.
Which is effectively a loophole. We're just arguing over semantics at this point, right? I would argue that if an administration came into power, right, and tried to pull a bait and switch, the public, the judiciary, and law enforcement will quickly call it out, and it would trigger, number one, public backlash, number two, probably an impeachment, and number three, there would probably be a special election held. Unless anyone in the room thinks I'm off base with that, but that would be my assumption of how this would play out. And we already have all the tools to deal with that. So over legislating worst case scenario makes literally no sense to me in this situation.
Okay. And just to clarify, I guess for the room, you think that this succession is a better system than just holding another vote?
I can point out 3 problems instantly with what would happen if we went to a secondary vote immediately. A, voter turnout would decline massively, right? Secondarily, The constitutional challenge would be immediate because the Constitution says once you're elected, you get 3 months, which
We've already
means we
seen
would
that.
then
Yep.
yeah. So that would happen again. Right? Like there are multiple steps and multiple reasons why any solution will not be a perfect solution. There's no such.
Okay. All right. I'm just, you know, proposing that to the room, I guess. Okay. Then the second thing was the cabinet members.
Yep.
The whole felon cabinet members thing. That's the plan going forward. That just to clarify, nothing's been adjusted.
But sorry, what exactly are you saying? The plan going forward is that cabinet members can have felonies. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just to clarify, I'm so I understand
That's
the
already
legislation.
the case. They can already have felonies. There's nothing in law preventing a cabinet member from having a felony. It's only elected office, not appointed office.
No, they can get impeached though.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
And remember when we talked about this, when you approached me in court as a signed-in member of the Marshals with some concerned citizenry, you had said they can be impeached, and I said that's very true, but that doesn't mean immediate removal from office, right?
Right, but from my perspective, that's a concern with having felons in the cabinet as government employees, right?
Elaborate.
Well, they have access to. Correct me if I'm wrong. I already had this conversation with Grayson. Being a cabinet member would give you access to the police departments. Is that correct?
Sean, I believe you know the answer to this, but Marissa's keys, they work in her office. Is that correct?
Yep.
Does she have access to any other buildings?
No.
So she has the specific set of keys for felons?
There are. Yep.
Okay, so that would be
access to mayoral offices only. No access to Bolingbroke, no access to MRPD, no access to the sheriff's office.
Okay, I think we started this conversation off already, but I'd appreciate, the elaboration just so it's, clear.
Of course. I'm happy to help you understand. It's not a problem.
Yeah, why is there a need for currently convicted felons to stay in cabinet instead of just getting an expungement?
Why is there a need for them to get expunged to have their opinion be heard and valid?
Everybody can have their opinion be heard and valid. I can walk into your office and give my opinion, whether I'm a criminal or not.
What does being a criminal mean that they can't have a
I didn't say
genuine job?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you're trying to imply.
Well, I mean, can felons be police officers?
No, they can't.
No, they can't.
But could I change that if I wanted to?
Yeah, but this is the point. I'm asking why.
Because the people elected me, and I can do it. And if it doesn't get contested, then that's the will of the people.
Just let the echo ring around the room for a second.
Yeah, happily. I love listening to myself talk. It's why I do it so much.
So just to clarify, the reason you're doing it is because you can.
The reason I'm going to do it, right, and am doing it, is because they bring value to the conversation. They bring context to the conversation. And if we segregate them, then their voice is not heard, and their opinion does not matter.
Okay, I can see that to an extent, but at the same time, I mean, for example, we'll take Marissa for example. She's a member of the Besties.
She is.
Is there anything stopping you from having a meeting with the Besties whenever you want?
There's not.
But then their voice would be heard.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So again, my question is, why is there a need for a felon to hold a position in the mayor's cabinet?
Why is there a need for me not to have a felon in my cabinet?
As my position as a state marshal, I see that as dangerous to the county.
If their access is restricted from critical information and critical locations, what's the risk?
I'm minimizing the risk by saying that felons shouldn't be in the cabinet.
We're minimizing the risk that is created by Rissa being able to go into the deputy mayor's office.
You're saying she wouldn't have any access to any other information she wouldn't have if she was just a civilian?
She is not even allowed to attend conversations regarding law enforcement matters or matters with the judiciary unless explicitly invited by all parties.
Right. But I'm failing to see the point.
The point is her opinion matters.
Yeah, it does. So you could
and
have a
I
meeting
value
with her.
it, which means I'm happy to pay for it.
Right. Okay.
Richard, you said that you thought it was a risk, right?
Yes.
You can see that in the legislation that we've been talking about this entire time, right? That Michael and Junior have like both put forward roadblocks and protective measures to limit the access of felons, right? Legislatively.
Mm-hmm.
Like like this isn't just like a free for all. So
I
are you saying
understand.
like it's just like from your perspective it's just a straight no? You don't see any provisions that could be put in place where somebody could get this kind of employment if they've got a felony on their record?
The way I see it from my point of view is, we're on about legislation. There's a legislation that exists called expungement, which is already in place, and there'd be no issue of her getting an expungement if she didn't commit crime and then entering office. So why are we making exceptions for felons instead of just allowing them to go and get an expungement? Like, why is there an expectation for the legislative bodies to change legislation versus an expectation of a felon to get expunged? To me, there's a much easier option. There is less risk.
Just to interject, I don't understand. I don't know what you're saying. What the risk? What is the risk? She has a key to the deputy mayor's office, and she has an MDT she can walk around with, just like the one that's downstairs.
Right, but she's in public office. She's a government employee. She would be privy to information that she otherwise would not.
Okay, so
Like,
Darth, let me pose this.
What information?
Okay, if everybody's going to talk, we'll start putting our hands up, right? Because it'll just make it easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
The others go first. I'll chime in after.
I believe the question was what yeah.
What information? I mean, I have to have and will be having conversations with both mayor's office about threats to the state. Am I going to feel comfortable if the deputy mayor is a member of the besties that could possibly, down the line, be one of those threats to the state?
Well, I'm gonna rebut. Are you a law enforcement agency?
Yes, sir.
So it's just like Rick Brazil said. If you don't consent to having her in the room for it, she will not be in the room for it.
Yeah, but
if
she would
Brazil
still
is
be
leaking
privy to
information if
I-
Brazil is giving information to her that you are not allowing her to have, then that's a greater problem in of itself.
And that could still happen whether or not she's the deputy mayor. Like, by your
Again,
own words,
I'm
I could go down and
I-
have a. I believe I'm speaking, Mr. Dark. Unless I don't know. Yeah,
It's
am I
okay.
on mute
Listen,
right now? Okay.
If everybody else interrupts me, I'm sure it's not a problem if I interrupt you, right? I apologize. Carry on.
Yeah. So what I was saying, right? By your own words, I could go down and have a conversation or a meeting with the besties anytime that I want, according to you. Is that correct? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying? So by that account, I could leak any information regardless of their employment status if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Is that also correct?
Yeah.
That would be gross negligence. That would be
Yeah.
corruption in your eyes.
Yeah.
Are you tasked with policing that?
Yeah.
Then do your fucking job.
We got a problem in here. Like, what's going on? I came here for a conversation, and then we're getting this shit.
You got an answer.
Again,
Any other concerns, Mr. Dark?
Do we have an issue, Mr. Rizal?
Question. Any other concerns?
Yes. Do we have an issue?
Okay. No, we don't have an issue.
It seems like there's an issue. I came here to
No,
have
it
a
seems
diplomatic
like-
conversation about the legislation, and this is what I've been greeted by.
And you've been given multiple reasons why it's being pushed as is. I think if you have a problem going forward, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe registration will open for the next round of elections in October. Perhaps you'd consider running for office.
That doesn't interest me, but thank you. Okay.
Appreciate your time, Dark. Thank you.
I noted in your text there's a conversation about SASM legislation. Can I ask about that?
You cannot. It's a legislative matter.
Okay. What's the legislation?
That'll be all, Dark. I appreciate your time.
Sorry, just to clarify, I in no way am I trying to throw this around, but I am the current acting director of the Marshals.
I believe it's field director. Is that correct?
Interim director.
I was under the impression that it was field director.
It's legislated.
Is it? Would you be able to point to that?
What an MDT. Either way, I'd appreciate, being involved in that conversation if possible.
Like I said, legislative matter, but I appreciate that. You said it's legislated? I see State Marshal Field Director. Is that correct?
Is what correct?
Oh, sorry, juniors. My apologies.
Is there a fly there? Was there?
There was a little fly. Yeah.
No problems, mate.
Not important. Like I said, it's a legislative matter. I appreciate the interest, and when something relevant comes up, we'll consider extending information your way directly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks, Mike.
No problem.
Damn. Okay. I guess we found our
Choked on my.
Guess we know Michael's opinion of us. That was certainly interesting. Well, we tried to be diplomatic about it. Maybe Grayson was holding a grudge for what the conversation we had with him last time. Potentially. It's alright. They'll legislate in the marshal's office that can't look into any corruption. And won't go after any of the mayor's office. So. Yeah, Junior wanted Michael in the room because Michael's the only one who can speak, apparently. Hello?
It's 78.
Go then. I'm not going.
Are you not going?
I got an impeachment right up.
Oh, that wasn't a good meeting?
No, no, it wasn't. You know they're talking about our legislation right now? And we're not there?
We're in legislation. We're just not in the Constitution, which is
no. I think they're having a meeting about SASM legislation and DLC. Yep, I asked to be there. But
as far as I know, that's state legislation. It's literally marked as.
Yeah, the state is there. The DOJ is in
what?
that room. Yeah.
Well, the DOJ is there. The state isn't, right?
The DOJ controls state legislation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go in. I need to impeach Risa Berry, and I also need to write up. I need to pay 250 grand to the DOJ to contest the legislation.
I thought that the governor said that this stuff was not controlled by the DOJ.
Listen,
I thought that was explicitly what he said.
I have no idea, man. But at the end of the day, state legislation, which is up to the DOJ. I think it was who's it written by? Who was it signed off by?
I'm not sure that state legislation is up to the DOJ. I think that's signed off by? I think it's signed off by the state, which is above the DOJ.
What does it say?
It says San Andreas state legislation.
It doesn't say anything at the bottom about who signed off on it?
Yeah, I mean, the governor is one of the people who signed off on it. Am I right? No, that's the So I see the justices signed off on the legislation.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's
this was changed with direction from the governor, though, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So can they change it without direction from the governor?
I don't know, man. If they do, I guess we're gonna hear from the governor in 4 months. You know.
I think that I think it's not up to them to amend state legislation. I think state legislation is up to the state to amend, and that if they want to